As far as I'm concerned, I think we almost do a disservice to diversity candidates or any type of candidate who might not necessarily fit the standard mold by using traditional job descriptions. The point is, if you really focus on what a person needs to do to be successful, you advertise on what a person needs to do to be successful, you screen them and judge them on that, then it doesn't really matter what their background is. It doesn't matter if they have 5 years experience or 20 years experience. It doesn't matter if they're a certain race or not a certain race. It almost makes the process performance driven, not racially or diversity driven. But when you put a screen on it, just, hey, they must have 5 years experience, they must have gone to this school, they must be from this industry, you almost exclude a group of diverse candidates. You also remove a pool of high potential performers who might have less experience but can do the work. So from my standpoint, first defining the real work that people need to do is the first step in broadening the diverse candidate pool. There is an issue with respect to hiring diverse candidates where a company doesn't have a track record of doing that. And I think it's a critical decision. While I truly believe you do have to offer someone a career move, but I think you also have to prove that there's a career move there as well. And generally the way you prove it is you have the person interview 2 or 3 other people who have progressed rapidly or progressed at a good steady pace based on the criteria defined in the job. If you can't prove that, well, now you've got a big question mark there, and I think you do have to address that question mark. It could be that you do have a company initiative that you've set in place that you were trying to do this, and some executives got to describe that, and it's got to be written up somewhere. It can't just be some hypothetical because people have been burned. People have gone to companies, they've been promised a lot, but they haven't delivered. So if your company has a reputation of doing that, well, you better overcome that with some kind. It's not just a story, it's about proof. So I think if you're starting from scratch, you better prove it. You have a plan in place. Every manager better know it. Everybody who's interviewed better be able to describe the plan. And if it just comes out that it's kind of, well, we're thinking of doing this, it isn't going to work. On the other hand, candidates have to recognize they got to deliver performance too. It's not just going to be a free ride. They got to deliver the goods. And I think then if you can demonstrate that, here's other people who have progressed very rapidly, who have delivered the goods. We expect if you can deliver the goods, you'll progress rapidly as well.